For this year, we have the Batman, Black Adam, the Flash, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And
DC, the world needs heroes. I
oh
love
yes,
love the title.
oh yes, and we're gonna talk about all four films at various degrees. And there's no, I didn't put up any overlays for the Batman because they didn't really show us anything new.
No,
This was mostly for the three other films. So, but we can start with Aquaman, since it's one we at least talk about. And
love it.
what are your what are your thoughts on it?
What I love so much is the fact that this suit works so well in live action, because for the longest time it looked ridiculous in terms of the color scheme. In the comics, they made it work. But I'm so glad that, of course, New 52, they made it work in live action. People thought they would never do this. They would never give him a comic accurate suit. I think it looks better here than it does in the first Aquaman. The color scheme, I think they altered some. I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks different to me.
Yeah, I think they tinkered with it a little bit and so on, because also it's been a few years now since we've seen him in an original suit. So yeah, I mean, and they usually always do. They always like kind of recreate the same costume, but do some adjustments.
Yeah.
But no, I'm this is the DC film I feel I know the least about in terms of what's coming up. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do in this. I think there's a lot of setup they're gonna be doing, and I know there's we did see a few shots of the black suit, which I don't know how I feel about it, but it's good to know that it's just a camouflage suit, apparently. So
that stealth suit going, dude. Heck yeah. Heck
so,
yeah.
Well, let's go to my boy, The Flash.
Oh my God.
Ezra Miller, they're back as Barry Allen, aka The Flash, and y'all, this suit is gorgeous, and I cannot believe this is completely a CGI suit. I know the cowl is parts of it is real sometimes when they were filming, but yeah, this looks sick. What do you think about our boy Flash?
The suit looks the best it has been. Obviously, with that DC Phantom trailer, they were still in early post-production on it.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, like, it looks more finalized now in terms of the lightning, like looks like lightning bolts are going through, like in terms of the color. It looks really detailed. And I like the fact the visor comes over the eyes. That was a cool thing that they showed, because the zoom in was already cool enough, but the zoom in to show the visor it really worked. Yeah, I like the Flash stuff. I'm really curious to see like how it's going to look when he runs, because we've seen how Zack Snyder shot how he runs in terms of course the theatrical cut, but ultimately the Snyder cut, how it looked. So I'm curious to see how this is, if there's going to be a difference. I'm assuming there's going to be a difference in terms of how it's going to look.
I think that, because I know some of the Snyder cut VFX people are working on this. So I think that, and there's more people involved from his film. So I now that we don't have a certain toxic director attached to this Flash, I think whatever Ezra started doing with Zach in terms of like the physical stuff, I think it will continue here. And but anything else?
He's going to learn, like, right? Because like in the Snyder cut, he was just Barry Allen, but then when he met Barry from Crisis, he learned of the name Flash. So I feel like that's going to tie in. And of course, I do think that Grant Gustin's going to be in it. But anyways, yeah, so I'm excited. I'm liking it. But we have a lot to talk about in terms of another film that showed a lot. More.
I just want to bring up this though, because just so people don't think that either of us or me, because I do Flash podcast, that I didn't know. Yes, we all remember that Barry in season 4 had a visor too, and because Twitter is all like, yeah, they ripped it off, guys. It's not like the CW shows invented visors, and you know what, good on the Flash movie for taking some of the the working parts of Flash. So can we just they ripped it off? Oh my god! Anyway, so
it's in the comics too. It's not just a thing that's. I believe it's something in the comics too, if I remember correctly.
Well, I think in the comics they usually go with like the white lenses.
Yeah, so a version of it has occurred. So it's not like all of a sudden the TV shows or the movies created it. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Well, let's go over to Black Adam.
That show.
Son, I'm so ready for this movie. I am so excited for Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We see a lot of Black Adam's little origin story, bits and pieces of his origin story that is going to be it's going to be huge. And of course, we meet the Justice Society of America. Our first look at Hawkman, played by Aldous Hodge. We have our first look at Doctor Fate, played by Pierce Brosnan. Oh my god, I've never wanted a helmet to hit me in the head as hard as that helmet. Like I'm like I want to play football and I want to use that just
Mhm,
because. We also have Adam Smasher, played
mhm.
by Noah Centino, Centino,
Something like that. Yeah, I think that
something
is
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
And then we have our first look at Cyclone, played by Quintessa Swindle, who, a lesser known Jason member, but definitely someone who's been on the team for quite a while. And oh my god, I don't, go ahead, you start. You start.
Well, what I liked a lot is that they showed a lot more Black Adam footage than I thought they were going to, but with the shots of Black Adam, The Rock, what I liked the most is that a lot of the shots, of course, were him just standing there without the cloak, the hood on. But that one shot, the opening shot of there that you showed, looks awesome. It looks so like that looks awesome. Like I just love the fact, and I'm assuming this is when he first rises. I'm guessing, or he reveals himself because I mean, with that footage from DC Phantom, that's what they showed what looks like him, coming to Earth or whatever, or some sort of connection to him coming back or something or whatever. So I feel like that's probably going to be soon after. I could be wrong, but with the other heroes, I think Hawkman looks really interesting. I love the design they went with, and like it just looks so detailed. And I love the fact that it's just this quick one shot, like in terms of like just the wings spreading out. Like I just love that it's so simple, but yet it's so effective because we get to see what the suit looks like. And the other thing that really stood out to me was Dr. Fate, because Dr. Fate is a phenomenal character that I feel like deserves to be in more stuff than he actually is. And the fact that he has a heavy presence in Young Justice is awesome. But here I'm glad that, first of all, Pierce Brosnan, I cannot believe they got him to play Dr. Fate. But the fact that the suit looks great. And I can't wait to see what they do with Dr. Fate in this, because I feel like Dr. Fate is going to appear in more stuff after this. This cannot be a one and done. This does not mean that Pierce Brosnan will continue. It means that the character itself, Dr. Fate, will have to continue, because this is too important of a character to be a one and done, in my opinion. But everything looks great. I was honestly expecting maybe more Flash in terms of footage from the trailer, but the fact that it was actually really more Black Adam than anything else.
Well, that's good because that's the one that's coming after the Batman.
What
So I
is?
think it's,
I thought
yeah,
Flash
yeah.
was
Flash
first.
is November. We have Black Adam in July,
Wait, when does Aquaman come out then?
and I believe December.
Oh, so that they're back to back really quick. Okay.
Or no, actually, you know what? You know what? I can check this because I have things
Okay.
open. And Aquaman is December 16th.
Okay. Okay.
So, but yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
it looks pretty good.
yeah, Black. Yeah, I keep forgetting that, like, because something that this trailer had to remind me is that, oh, that's Dwayne Johnson playing Black Adam. Like I got so sucked into it that I'm like, oh right, one of the most iconic actors on the planet is playing this huge role. So, but that's just probably, that's probably what they're going for. They don't want you to feel like he's playing Black Adam, but more that he is Black Adam. So
The fact that he was cast forever ago and they're finally now making it.
yeah, September 2014, and which was, it's so funny because Ezra, they were also cast in October 2014, and that's when their movie got announced. So and I'm like, we've been waiting 8 years for the Flash movie. We've been waiting as 8 years for this, well, just to see him as Black Adam. And so, no, he looks phenomenal. I am definitely interested to see his origin story because it's gonna, I think it's gonna be very, very gritty based on what The Rock has talked about. Um, as someone who like really got into the JSA through Smallville, like I am so happy that they're bringing them to the into DCU. I love what they've been doing on Stargirl, and I feel that it's so good because we're getting the best of both worlds now. We're getting the young JSA, the next generation, and we're getting the original JSA in the movies. So, and So I think, like, it's a win-win for everyone. And
Mhm.
see, like, because Doctor Fate, because I felt I feel I had seen already somehow what Hawkman was going to look, but I was more a little nervous what Doctor Fate was going to look like, because that's a costume that you could either, you can make it or break it. And but no, they nailed that. And again, that helmet can just throw it at me. Like, I literally want to play football and get hurt. You wearing it, like those, those wings can hurt me if they need to.
Yeah.
So, Atom Smasher, yeah, this is definitely a little more accurate than what Flash season two did. Although I will say that back in season two of Flash, you know, that was still remarkable on a VFX level what they did. But this will be interesting to see. And also just the costume is just so like it really, like, there's just something that stands out about it so much. And Cyclone, like, I'm interested to see more of Cyclone, because I think they we didn't see their powers that much. So
No, and the thing is too, I think it's interesting that it's an interesting lineup in terms of JSA members, in terms of what they're
yeah,
going. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with the movie.
yeah. With the Batman, like, honestly, I don't know what. Yes, Fernando, you're late again.
Always late.
um, I don't know what to say about the Batman at this point. I feel like we've seen so much already that I feel like it's like, is it? I mean, what else can we say? I mean, yeah, the movie's gonna be awesome. It looks fantastic, and I think that's why they probably didn't show as much from that, and more so with Black Adam and the Flash, because
They've done so much marketing for it already that you realistically don't need to show really that much. You need to highlight it because it's 2022, and what I think is smart is that they could have put out like a 30-second TV spot for Black Adam, a 30-second spot for Aquaman. But what they did was smart. They highlighted all 4 films in live action 2022 in one 1-minute spot instead of spreading it out. You just make it one spot, focus and highlight on the 3 others that we haven't seen much of besides, because Aquaman Lost Kingdom did not have any footage at DC Fandom besides behind the scenes. Flash
hmm.
had a spot. Black Adam had a little bit of a like scene and also some footage, but like it's better to highlight those films more instead of the Batman, because at this point we've already seen so much of the Batman in terms of marketing. They don't need to highlight it too much. Like basically what they're doing is a final push at Super Bowl with that spot for Batman, because the tickets are on sale now. So
And
people,
most likely sold out based on where you're trying to
yeah,
get them.
yeah, and I already got my tickets. And the thing is too, I think what's going to do is people are going to see that spot and go, "Oh, the Batman," and then they're going to look it up, and then they're going to, "Oh, tickets are on sale now," to the people who maybe are not aware. Because I think people are aware, but not everybody checks online and checks their social media every day to see what's happening. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be, "Oh, they're coming up with a Flash movie. Oh, they got an Aquaman sequel. Oh, they got a Dwayne the Rock Johnson's playing a hero, or they're gonna think hero because he's an anti-hero, but still they're gonna see what, because there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be introduced to these films for the first time who don't keep up with this stuff. So it's smart marketing on that aspect. But yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked though, and I'm like, this is just me speculating. I'm not saying this is gonna happen, get guaranteed, but I wonder if we're actually getting separate spots for all 4 films, with
uh,
stuff we didn't see today. Like, it would, like, because again, I'm thinking, if I'm Warner Brothers, if I'm Disney or whatever, and I pay all this money to be free, to be highlighted at the Super Bowl, you're not just gonna show anything, just something like that for free, or just show something that is supposed to be a big centerpiece for you. So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if we see more things on Sunday, like at least like 30 seconds. I don't think like there's gonna be like 1 or 2 minute trailer for each film. That would be ridiculous. So
they don't need it. Don't need it. Not right now, at least.